Good afternoon. It's JC, St. Louis's oldest living hippie, and I'm a big fan of Rachel Maddow. I know some people don't like her for various reasons, but I do. And here's a tirade, but not quite as forceful as a tirade about Donald Trump's handling of the country and handling of his life and handling of politics in general. So let's go, Rachel.
Who has no king's protests against him because he is trying to behave as if he is an indomitable force, right? He is trying to behave as if he has monarchical power. While in reality, this is a weak and unpopular president who bizarrely and implausibly is trying to extricate himself from the Epstein scandal with all the skill of a sea cucumber trying to play the piano. He has a 15-year association with the country's most notorious child sex abuser and child sex trafficker. And as the country learns more and more about that disgusting scandal, trying to manage perceptions of the president's own involvement in it is becoming a preoccupying cover-up of his administration. That is not great. The latest NBC polling shows that Donald Trump is underwater by 14 points on his overall approval rating. He is underwater 14 points on his handling of deportations and immigration. New polling by CBS and YouGov shows that by 14 points, people do not want him sending troops to D.C. By 16 points, they don't want him sending troops anywhere else either. He's underwater in the NBC poll, 18 points on his handling of trade and tariffs. He's underwater 22 points on inflation and the cost of living. His job numbers are the worst job numbers we have seen in this country in 16 years. And that's if you cut out the pandemic to be nice to him. He started these radical new gambits on redistricting the Congress to try to essentially force Republicans to hold on to power. That is something the public is against 80-20. He has started this radical new gambit on undoing the nation's access to vaccines when the public is basically 80-20 in favor of vaccines. He is unpopular generally. He is unpopular even on the things he most wants to be known for, things like this stupid tariff stuff. And the radical new things he's trying to do to shock the country and change the subject, this redistricting stuff and the vaccine stuff, all that stuff is even less popular than the other stuff, which is already radically unpopular. He's not doing anything the country likes at all. But sure, his way out of this is to try to convince everyone that that's definitely not his signature. One of those is obviously different, right? This is a president who has...
There you go. This is what Rachel Maddow has to say on the matter. This guy's running our country. How can we let this sociopath run our country? And a sociopath is different than a psychopath. A psychopath is a self-serving, egotistical, maniacal person, but a sociopath has one more trait in addition to those. They have no empathy for anyone else. They cannot put themselves in somebody else's place and try to feel what that person is feeling. So by not being able to do that, Trump's able to do things that will cause children to die, like getting rid of USAID and his anti-vaccine. And he will have no empathy or feeling for that. He has no empathy or feeling for the shootings that took place in Colorado at the school there yesterday. He has no empathy for Charlie Kirk. He may say that Charlie Kirk's wonderful. He says he's going to give him the National Medal of Honor for civilians, but he has no empathy even for Charlie Kirk. He has no empathy for anyone because he's a fucking sociopath. This is JC, St. Louis's oldest living hippie, saying that I have a PhD plus a master's. My master's happens to be in psychology, so I know whereof I speak. So everybody have a great day. Try to relax. I know we can. I'm just all up in arms about this. Plus, I found out I've been exposed to COVID. So this is quite a stressful day for me. But anyway, I love you all, and fuck MAGA, fuck Trump, fuck Charlie Kirk. The hell with him. The things he said and the things that he tried to convince people of, I have no empathy for him. I have empathy for the school children in Colorado and the other places where there have been school shootings. And I have empathy for people who are being kicked off of Medicaid, but I have nothing for Charlie Kirk or nothing for Donald Trump. All I can say is when a horse is sick, they put him down, don't they? Same principle applies to human beings. Everybody, have a great day. And I say to you, Pax Amorc, Jack, keep on trucking.